An Arab father sends his daughter off to nursery school in an old stone house in Ramle. If that house could talk, it would tell of two peoples vying for the same house, the same homeland. For centuries, this was an Arab town. 50 years ago, it became strategically crucial in Israel's battle for independence. Arab armies were threatening Syrian and Lebanese forces to the north, the Iraqis in the northeast, Jordan in the east, Saudis and Egyptians in the south. The Israelis felt they could not chance a hostile Arab population in towns like Ramle, so Prime Minister Ben-Gurion decided the Arab population must go. Bashir al-Khairi lived in Ramle then, in that old stone house. He was 6.
A group of Israeli soldiers came to our house and threatened us with guns. They pointed the guns at us and told us to start walking toward Jordan.
Israel's war of independence displaced hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. Some fled to other Arab countries, others resettled in Gaza and the West Bank.
Many things were crushed, including our childhood. Many things were lost. My stability and dignity.
Many tears have been shed here. In 1948, Dalia Landau arrived with her parents. Jewish refugees of post-Holocaust Europe, they moved into Bashir's house.
At the beginning, several families lived here. And the house was very crowded because there was a family in each room.
Years later, Bashir returned, knocked, and asked to see his father's home. Dalia answered the door.
I happened to recognize that this home was built by Palestinians, that these people were expelled from their homes, that they have experienced an exile. I know what an exile is because I was in exile for 2,000 years.
Dalia and millions of Jews found a home. Bashir and the Palestinians lost one.
The house for me symbolized our homeland. This is not just rooms and walls and windows and a garden. It symbolizes a Palestinian homeland.
In one sense, that is what the Israeli-Palestinian peace process is about. A house, a homeland for two peoples, not just one. The old stone house symbolizes the struggle. Bashir and Dalia, both victims. Then negotiations, a peace process between two individuals over a house. Dalia sought to make amends. She offered to sell the house and give the proceeds to Bashir.
You share the land. You share everything that God has given. And I think we have to understand the land is not ours, the land is God's land, and we belong to it, and not it belongs to us.
I'm a soldier. In Hebrew, it's called mashakit tash, but it's a commando which is not an officer. This is mashakit, and the tash is to help the soldiers have a better service in the army. I took the day off today. I think we're gonna have fun. Those two are my best friends. We used to meet 2-3 times a week at least. And I live in Yehud. It's not very simple for me. But we do it. This says peace now. I would never met not Alice and not Chimrit if I wasn't in the open house. We're not in the same school, we're not in the same neighborhood. So it would be hard to meet. I did have a prejudice before the open house. It changed my character. I would have less things in my life, less joy in my life if I wouldn't meet my friends. When people realize that the land is not as important as our lives, I can't, I'm going to cry, I'm sorry. I can't believe my friends are going to die on the West Bank to keep this land. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel sorry for the children and the mothers and the fathers at the West Bank. I don't think they know about politics, about prime ministers. They just want to live quietly, like I want to, like you want to, like every human being wants to.
Open house is one of those rare places in Israel where someone like me can come without being a card-carrying member of the left and to still find my place there and to be an active participant in the conversation and not to be considered strange.
To make real connection between Arabs and Jews, it takes an investment.
There are not a lot of Jewish kids in the open house, but the number is growing all the time, and that's good. People like Yael and Michal, it's very important that they know what Arabs are, what we do, stuff about us. That's what I think the most important thing that the open house is doing.
Love comes from inside, but I think love can be taught and can be learned. I think hatred can be learned also, so it's the same thing.
It's very, very hard to make real coexistence. I think that they will influence their environment, but they are not going to go and demonstrate, but they will do it in their way.
محمد يوسف شولا حسن محمد يوسف شولا حسن. طب شباب السلام عليكم.